In today's podcast, I'm going to teach you all about how to respond to risks. What are the 5 different strategies for dealing with threats and opportunities? Let's jump into it. Here we go. Now, when I think of risk and you think of risk, we most likely think of threats. Bad things that happen to our project. But occasionally, good things happen. The sun does shine even on us, and those are called opportunities. So when we think about risk, we got to think about the threats, the bad things, and the opportunities, the smiley face things. And how do we prepare and maximize, the benefit to our project for both, okay? Now, when we think about threats and risks, as we go in there, there's different strategies. For the negative stuff, we can either accept it, we can avoid it, we can mitigate it, we can transfer it, or we can escalate it. And I'm going to break each one of those down, okay? And in the opportunities, the positive side, we could accept it. We could exploit the negative, or we could exploit the opportunities. We could enhance how we operate in the opportunity world, the good things. We could share in the good things, the opportunities, and we could escalate, all right, the opportunities. Now, as you look at this, it's kind of hard to get them all organized, right? Some of the words are the same. Some of the words are different. What do they really mean? That's where I'm here to help you out. And I got deeper videos that go super deep into all these, but we're going to hit the high points and we're going to get you something that you can work with right now, okay? So when we think about the first, on the negative side, we could accept a risk. We could say, hey, I acknowledge that risk is there. It's not that big. It's not that bad. I'm just going to go and live with it. I'm going to take no preventative action. I'm going to roll those dice. And if it happens, Lord willing, it happens, okay? We're going to take no action. So when you think of accept, think no action is taken. The risk is there. We accept it. Let's roll them dice. Now, on the positive side, see the red for negative, green for positive. See how that works? We acknowledge the opportunity, the good thing, but it's either not big enough or it's so obvious that it's going to happen that we don't have to do anything. We're going to do nothing to pursue the good thing. We're just going to say, hey, we're not going to take any action. Now, this is pretty simple. No action for accept and accept, bad and good, yeehaw. If it were all that easy, it'd be easy sailing. So we got the first one. Let's go to the second one. Now, the second thing is, what if a risk is on the other side of the street, meaning terrible, like, oh my God, I can't live with this risk being on the table. Then we have to avoid it. That's like if we're in iceberg land with, the Titanic. It sunk, by the way, into the movie. Spoiler. Like the avoid is we take action to eliminate the threat, the negative thing, so to protect the project from its impact. So Titanic in England, I think that's how it went. It said, there's icebergs out there. If the captain said, no, sir, I can't deal with the risk of hitting an iceberg, so we're going to go south. That would be avoiding it. So we are eliminating the risk by changing the nature and the way we go about the project so that it's no longer on our project table. Got it? Now, on the positive side, if we want to drive our ship into the positive iceberg, if you will, we want to try to just steer right into it. We're going to try to exploit the opportunity. We're trying to run into that money tree, okay? We ensure the opportunity happens. We change the nature of our project to boom, right, go into it, okay? That's exploit. And the key word there is ensure. So instead of avoid, where we're steering away from it, eliminate it, we say this opportunity, we got to take advantage of it. So we're going to steer right into it and ensure that it happens. Now, as we go to the third, it takes mitigate. Now, in a situation like that, we say, hey, the risk is there. We're not just going to accept it. We're not going to avoid it. We're going to reduce it, minimize it, lessen it, right? Reduce the probability of it happening or the impact. So the key word is reduce. Think about the iceberg thing. We would slow down. We'd put more people on the bow to see, looking out for icebergs. We'd have an icebreaker ship right in front of us, something like that. The iceberg's still there. We're still in the ship. It's still chilly outside, but we reduce the opportunity for us to hit it, and it wouldn't be as bad if we're going slower, we hope. Now, on the good side is we enhance. We're not steering into that positive iceberg. We're saying we're doing something in the project to increase our probability of hitting it, of being good, the impact of the opportunity, okay? So that's increase. So mitigate is to reduce, enhance is to increase. Not 100%, but better. Making sense? Here we go. The next one is transfer, which is shifting ownership from us for a negative thing to another party through insurance or contracting it out or subcontracting it out to shift ownership. Ultimately, the ownership is always ours, right? But we're saying for this negative thing, it's better if they build it, they run it, they provide insurance if we have an issue, so that we can minimize and eliminate that risk. We're transferring it. We're usually paying a premium to do that, okay? Now, on the positive side, we might partner or share in an opportunity, okay? We say it's better if we partner with somebody to maximize the opportunity of us getting it and the impact of it, to say joint venture, partnership, agreement, something there to partner to make sure that we can get the most out of it. You just got to think about the scenario. Hey, it would be really good if we partner with somebody to get this to happen. Now we're on to the last one, where it's escalate, okay? Escalate means, hey, outside of our ability to handle it, our auspice of control, we need to elevate it up to the organization. So we elevate it up to the big boss to say, you have the perspective, you have the influence, you have the ability to make a difference. It's outside of our pay band, if you will, and our opportunity. We need to raise it on up. This is the big, important stuff. Now, on the positive side, if it's still something that's like, hey, this is something we should take advantage of, but I can't I can't move the ship in that direction by myself or my team. I got to raise it on up to the person that matters, okay? The sponsor, key stakeholders, etc., right? So escalate is elevating the opportunity to someone higher in the org for assistance. And the key word is elevate. So as we try to simplify this all, right? Threats and opportunities, we have the accept and accept. Those words. To remember it, it means I accept it. If it happens, good or bad, it happens, bro. So that's how you remember it, okay? Avoid and exploit. Avoid, negative, exploit, good. We avoid the bad, steer around it, think iceberg, exploit, steer into it, bro. That's what we're doing. Now, mitigate and enhance. Those are two sides of the coin, negative and positive. Mitigate, enhance. Mitigate means mitigate the bad, meaning make it less. Enhance the good, make it more likely or get more of a benefit out of it. Then transfer and share. What do we think there? Transfer the bad. If it's bad, hey, let this dude handle it. Let this insurance company call the Geico lizard or whatever that person is, right, to do the insurance. Or share the good. Do a partnership, joint venture, something like that. And lastly, escalate and escalate, all right? This is above my pay grade, bud. Get the boss's help. If it's boss's help for the bad junk or the boss's help for the good stuff, we're still raising it on up to the big boss, all right? So that's how we remember these things. If you want deeper videos, I got them in droves, dude. I got breakdowns of every one of these threats and the opportunities and all that jazz. And if you really just want more help, reach out to me. What's my phone number? Say it out loud, 757-759-5282. I'm here to help. Let's go. Those are the risks and the opportunities and how to deal with them, and a little primer on how to remember it. Keep rolling. I'm here to help you anytime you need it. Talk to you soon.